I come to you, my child, with a message of instruction and knowledge. I come to you with this message. There is a potent instrument that resides inside you that has the ability to illuminate your way and direct you through the journey of life. These are the gifts that the divine has placed upon you, and they are your instincts and intuition. Every single one of you is a one-of-a-kind and priceless creature in this enormous cosmos. Your instincts are the responses that are natural and primitive, and they are found inside your existence. They are the whispers of your soul, guiding you towards what is good and true, and if you believe in Jesus, they are similar to this video. These instincts should be trusted. In light of the fact that they serve as the compass that will assist you in navigating the storms that may occur. In a society that is so full of complications and diversions, it is very simple to lose track of the route that you should be following. It is possible that you will be swayed by other forces. Yet, your intuition is your inner voice, the gentle prodding of the divine that is within you. There is a hushed voice that reverberates deep within your heart and soul, encouraging you to pay attention to it and follow the suggestions it provides. Like a bridge linking you to the infinite knowledge of the cosmos, your instincts and intuition are there for you. They make it possible for you to have access to a wealth of information that cannot be contained within the confines of the conscious mind. Having faith in them will assist you in making choices that are in harmony with your true self and the mission that your soul was meant to do. The message that God has for you is delivered to you in a soft whisper, a voice that is steady and gentle, and it washes over you. Here and now, He is expressing something that is very remarkable. I am going to provide you with people, resources, and financial assistance in ways that you probably could not have conceived of. As you can see, God is capable of comprehending the difficulties that you are now experiencing. It is not lost on Him that you are carrying the burden of the entire planet on your shoulders. The evenings that you are unable to sleep and the anxieties that take up your mind. It's possible that you're feeling overwhelmed and stuck in a scenario where the alternatives appear to be limited and non-existent. However, keep in mind that with God, there is no situation that cannot be overcome. He is the one who makes everything possible and the one who creates an infinite number of possibilities. Additionally, He pledges to unlock doors that you believed were eternally closed to you today. To experience miracles, watch this video through to the end. The purpose of this message is to reassure you that the position you are now in is not your ultimate destiny. And how exactly does He intend to do that? To begin, by bringing into your life an assortment of individuals, not just any individuals, but the appropriate individuals, those who motivate, who test, and who provide support. Not only will these individuals believe in you, but they will also assist you in seeing and believing in yourself. They will recognize your potential and believe in you. For the sake of assisting you on your path, they will provide you with their time, their knowledge, their encouragement, and even their resources on occasion. Some of these individuals could already be a part of your life, even if they are not visible to you. Other people could suddenly emerge at the very moment when you want their assistance. Friends, mentors, or even complete strangers might be among them. On the other hand, every one of them will have a part to play in your narrative, weaving themselves into the fabric of your life in ways that are both unexpected and wonderful. Second, God will provide you with resources, not just material resources, but also possibilities for personal and professional development. He will provide these resources to you. He will direct you to learning situations that will help you get better at what you do and boost your self-assurance. Educational resources that will broaden your understanding. And implements that will assist you in sculpting your own path. The information that you find will educate you, the experiences that you have will mold you, and the knowledge that you have will empower you. Books, online courses, seminars, or even just a casual talk might be some of the places where you can obtain these materials. There is a possibility that they will arrive in the shape of a scholarship, a career opportunity, or the opportunity to learn something new. God's actions are always a mystery to humans. And it is possible that these resources will be found in the most unexpected of locations. God has promised to provide you with financial support. Worrying about one's financial situation may be a huge strain. However, God is telling you that He will provide for your needs. This does not necessarily mean that you will discover a bag of riches waiting for you behind your front door. On the other hand, it indicates that God will make economic chances available to you. It is possible that He may direct you to a better employment, to prospects for investment, or to tiny methods that you might save money and make money every day. In the form of debt forgiveness, discounts, or even gifts, you could discover that you are blessed in ways that you would not anticipate. You could be taken aback by this. God's promise to you today is not about a miraculous transformation of your life overnight, but rather about new sources of income, like a side business, freelance employment, or a promotion. His unflinching support, His divine counsel, and His unending love for you are the essential components of this. It is about having hope, being resilient, and having the realization that you are not the only one going through this road. Always keep in mind that God's timing is impeccable. The arrival of these blessings may not occur at the time that you desire, but they will come at the very moment that you require them. Put your faith in God's plan. He has a holistic perspective, and He is aware of what is most beneficial for you. God wants you to know that He is with you on this day and that you should not give up hope. People, resources, and financial assistance are going to be sent your way in ways that you could never have anticipated. Stay true to the vow you made. Be courageous and move on, in which you observe the unfolding of God's blessings in your life. You could find that society is trying to push its standards and opinions on you rather frequently. It is possible that it will make an effort to shape you into a version of ourselves that does not accurately reflect who we are. Nevertheless, my child, you have been endowed with the capacity to differentiate between what is true and what is not genuine. Instincts and intuition is going to be of assistance to you. You make it possible for you to see through the illusions and direct you toward the path that is in harmony with your spirit. It's possible that there may be instances when your instincts and intuition may be in direct opposition to logic and reason. When you find yourself in a situation like this, it is essential to keep in mind that the divine communicates with you via your heart, not only your head. Take full advantage of the strength of your sentiments and the breadth of your emotions. Those words are the language of your whole being. In a society that frequently requires quick satisfaction, an expression that cannot be conveyed by words alone, it is a virtue to be patient. When it comes to providing answers or solutions, your instincts and intuition might not always supply them right away. Staying stationary is a need for them. In order to listen and have faith in the divine timing of life, you need embrace this journey of self-discovery and let the knowledge of your instincts and intuition to emerge at its own rate. It is important to be aware that your instincts and intuition are distinct to you. They are formed by the experiences you have had, the beliefs you have, and the relationship you have with the divine. Your individualism should be embraced, and you should have faith in the signals that come from inside. Because it is through this faith that you will discover the confidence to choose the way that is less traveled and to welcome the benefits that are waiting for you around the corner. If you believe in God, you should subscribe to our channel. You should not be afraid of the unknown, since your instincts and intuition will lead you into paths that have not been explored before. If you follow them, you will arrive at locations of growth. Take on the problems that come your way because they are chances for your instincts and intuition to shine brilliantly and direct you towards your best potential. Embrace the challenges that come your way. Be sure to put your faith in the strength of your instincts and intuition, my child. These are the heavenly gifts that will illuminate your way and guide you toward a life that is rich in meaning, happiness, and satisfaction. Embrace them, tend to them, and allow them to serve as your guides on this wonderful adventure that we call life. Put your faith in yourself, for the knowledge of the ages is contained inside you. The path that is life is one that is replete with moments of happiness, struggle, victory, and disappointment. There is a complex web of choices and their repercussions. In the middle of all this intricacy, God speaks softly to us within our ears, saying, "Trust me to take care of you." In times when the journey is lengthy and obscure, God is like a beacon that shows the way. When the challenges of life are overwhelming and the future is unclear, His direction is the beacon of light that illuminates the path forward. When God says, "Trust me to take care of you," He is not only referring to the provision of everything necessary for survival. It is about satisfying the most fundamental requirements that our hearts have. It's about spreading love, peace, and joy to as many people as possible. It is about infusing our spirits with a purpose that extends beyond the activities that we engage in on a daily basis. Trust me to take care of you, God says to His people. In no way is this an invitation to give up on efforts or to avoid taking responsibility. Each of us contributes to the greater good by working hard, loving without conditions, and aiming for excellence in everything that we do. It is also true that while we are doing our part, God is doing His, which includes opening doors, arranging situations, and directing our movements. To trust someone requires us to let go of our concerns. Fears and uncertainties are present. In other words, even when life seems to be going in the wrong direction, we have confidence that God is guiding us to a favorable destination. We believe that God is with us every step of the road, even when we can't see the end of a difficult route. God tells us to have faith in Him when we are burdened, when the weight of the world appears to be too much for us to bear. He does not guarantee that the loads will disappear immediately, but He does ensure us that we will not have to carry them alone. Greetings, and may the Lord Jesus bless me. We are able to bear the serenity that calms our troubled hearts because He is the peaceful strength that strengthens us. This promise of God is not about eradicating all of our challenges. Rather, it is about providing us with the strength to triumph over them. It's about being molded and formed by our experiences, and coming out on the other side more powerful and wiser than our previous selves. When we put our faith in God, we are ultimately putting our hopes and desires in His hands. He is more familiar with the innermost aspirations of our hearts than we are. In some cases, it is possible that His ideas will lead us down unexpected paths. Nonetheless, this is all a part of a big design, a purpose that is far more expansive than our own. God tells us to put our faith in Him to provide for us. These words reverberate every step of our path, offering consolation in times of loss, comfort in times of agony, and hope in times of despair. Without fail, they serve as a constant reminder that we are backed by a heavenly ally. They murmur that we did not accomplish our success on our own in every win that we achieve. Putting one's trust in God is the pinnacle of faithfulness. It implies having faith even when we are unable to see it, for clinging to things even when they appear to be falling apart. Being confident in the awareness that we are loved by a God who is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-present is the essence of this. Let us take the reassuring assurance that God has made. Rely on me to look after you since you have placed your faith in Him. As a result, we are not only provided with momentary comfort, but also with enduring joy, profound calm, and a love that is beyond comprehension. By placing our faith in God, we are able to uncover a purpose that takes our life to a higher level than the mundane. The realization dawns on us that we are a component of a big cosmic plan that has been meticulously crafted and carefully carried out. Therefore, let us put our faith in God. Let us put our faith in Him, both in our successes and in our failures. When the stones roar and when the sun shines, let us remember His words. Let us recall our pleasures and sufferings, our dreams and our worries. Because in the end, having faith in God is having the realization that we are never alone, that we are never forgotten, and that we are never without any hope. In this moment, it is about having faith in a love that is so fundamental that it guarantees to look after us immediately. A little whisper from God assures us that our prayers will be answered and that our aims will be accomplished tomorrow and forever. Not only are these words a promise, but they also serve as a guarantee of divine involvement and a reminder of the divine design that governs our lives. The path that leads to the accomplishment of our objectives and the fulfillment of our prayers is not always an easy one, but God promises us that we are not traveling this path alone. When God declares that goals will be accomplished, He is not promising that the trip will be simple. We must continue to put in a lot of effort and maintain our dedication, as well as hold on. Having God's certainty that we will achieve our goals does not mean that we will avoid difficulties. In order to become stronger via them, it is necessary. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn. Every disappointment is a chance to learn and improve. These difficulties are not eliminated by God. Instead, He gives us the strength to triumph against them with His power. With God's help, achieving one's goals is more than just a matter of personal success. That He is loyal is demonstrated by these testimony. Moreover, God assures us that our prayers will be heard and answered. There is no need to worry about acquiring all that we want. It is not true that God is a genie who grants all of our wishes. On the contrary, He is a smart parent who is aware of what is most beneficial for us. He is one who hears our petitions and comprehends our aspirations. However, He responds to them in His own time and in His own private manner. The fulfillment of our wants is not the only purpose of prayers that are answered. You can show your love and blessings by giving thanks up to $100. It is about bringing our will into alignment with God's will. Discovering how to pray for His will to be carried out in our lives is the key to success. With the conviction that He is more knowledgeable than we are. A call to trust God's wisdom, His time, and His love for us is extended to us when we are given the confidence that our prayers will be answered. When it seems as though our prayers are not being answered, it is important to remember that God works in ways that are beyond our comprehension. There might be benefits hidden in plain sight, lessons to be learnt, or a more significant plan that is being carried out. However, God does not disregard our requests. Simply said, He reacts in ways that are frequently beyond our direct and immediate comprehension. When God promises that His people will achieve their goals and that their prayers will be answered, He is not offering a life free of suffering or a road that is devoid of challenges. His presence, His direction, and His power are all promise that He is making. His love, on the other hand, is informing us that no effort is overlooked and that no request is ignored. The process of working toward our objectives and bearing the burden of waiting for our prayers to be answered may be a time of tremendous development. When we are put through this, our faith is put to the test, and our confidence in God is strengthened. It is a path that helps us become more refined, how we shape ourselves, and how we get closer to our Creator. The fact that God has promised to fulfill our prayers and fulfill our aims serves as a reminder that we are never alone in our pursuits. Our lives are supported by a heavenly power that directs us toward our real potential, and guides us in the right direction. Faith, perseverance, and trust are the three qualities that are required when God declares that goals will be accomplished and prayers will be answered. If you firmly believe in Jesus, you should subscribe to this channel. It is an invitation to believe, even when things do not go according to plan, and to continue to strive, even when it appears that the chances are stacked against us. Because the divine promise of accomplished objectives and prayers answered provides us with the hope, strength, and bravery to keep continuing, to keep believing, and to keep trusting in God's perfect plan for our life, we find all of these things in the divine promise. God has spoken to you that someone is pleading with you to provide them one more opportunity to demonstrate that they would never again cause you harm. For you, God says, I am making preparations for the most significant quantum leap of your whole existence. Caution is advised, as something that is troubling is heading your way. Whoever is responsible for this twisted plant that has been woven against you is the mastermind. They would rather not see you with the person you care about. This individual is attempting to deceive someone who is close to you because of you, as well as causing people to have negative thoughts about you. However, they do not wish for you to lead a happy life. They are unable to accept the reality that you are content with the person you are closest to. Every day, this individual will make an effort to destroy the relationship you have with them. For such a long time, the Almighty has been banging on your doors with the signal, and He has never wanted you to refuse to pay attention to these red signs. They believe that your connection is extremely fragile and does not possess sufficient strength. However, they are not aware of the fact that you and they have a deep connection because of the mutual understanding and collaboration that you share. They are going to make a mistake in their plot to shake your roots, and the Almighty is getting ready to put its plan into action in order to put an end to your partnership. Shall be defeated and annihilated. It is guaranteed by the all-powerful Almighty that everything will be well. You may rest assured that this individual will never become a barrier in your relationship. The all-powerful will put an end to their destructive activities. If they make their approach towards you, the strength of your bond will significantly increase. Your affection for one another is unshakable and founded on unwavering principles. The two of you have a deep attachment for one another and admire each other to the moon and back. The connection of unending gifts will eventually reach a state of happy culmination. Both of you will get blessings and hope from the Almighty, who is positive and cheerful. Your life will be greater than it has ever been before. God will tell us when He speaks to us. It is resonant with prospects of hope and promise. This is not only a collection of words of solace. Their existence is a promise made by our Creator. A heavenly prognostication of progress and development that is beyond our comprehension on earth. In the event that God makes a promise of a better existence, this does not always mean that there will be no difficulties or suffering in the future. Having said that, this does not imply that we will never experience challenges or hardships. Type Amen if you believe in God. The promise of evolution, of an enriching journey that shapes us into the best version of ourselves, is what it is, rather than the promise of evolution. When God envisions a better life, it does not always mean that it is one that is more prosperous, famous, or filled with material goods. The development of one's character, the accumulation of wisdom, and the cultivation of qualities like as compassion, love, patience, and resilience are all aspects of this matter. The goal is to bring ourselves into closer alignment with our authentic spiritual essence. It is not a call to laziness to take advantage of God's promise of a better life. We can't just sit back and expect things to go better in our lives without contributing anything. The message is a rallying cry to fight, to look for, and to develop. The expectation is that we will put in our fair share of work while putting our faith in God's direction and assistance. When God promises that your life will be better in the future, He is telling us that the difficulties and tests we are experiencing right now are just temporary. He is bringing to our attention the fact that the difficulties we are experiencing are only a temporary phase, a reshaping fire that is preparing us for a better future and shaping us into the people we become. He is encouraging us to not give up hope, to persevere, and to believe in the promises that He has made to us. In this context, a better than ever before does not just refer to improved circumstances. It involves a stronger relationship with God, a higher capacity for love and forgiveness, and a better awareness of ourselves as individuals. It implies having a stronger faith that is not shaken by the presence of difficulties. When God makes a promise of a better life, He is saying that we should put our faith in Him. In order to turn our lives around, He is requesting that we put our worries, concerns, and uncertainties in His hands and believe in His ability. They are urging us to put our trust in Him. Rather than relying on our own strength, we should trust on it. According to the promise that God has made, a better life is one that is lived with purpose and meaning, a life that is filled with peace, joy, and love, regardless of the circumstances that we may encounter in the outside world. This is a life in which we identify our value not by our accomplishments in the world, but by the progress we have experienced on a spiritual level. In the context of our connection with God, when God promises that your life will be better, He is confirming that He has a plan for us, a plan that is for our well-being and not for our damage. No matter how chaotic or difficult things may appear right now, He is bringing this to our attention. Behind the scenes, He is working to control the course of events so that they are ultimately beneficial to us. The unwavering love that God has for us is demonstrated by the fact that He has promised us a better life. In other words, it is a guarantee that we are not forgotten, that we are cared for, and that our future is in the hands of responsible individuals. It is a guiding light that sheds light on our way, a lifeline that helps us stay afloat in the midst of the storms that life throws at us. No matter what happens, we are encouraged to keep working hard, to not give up, and to maintain our faith because the prospect of a better life motivates us to do so. It encourages us to consider our setbacks as opportunities for growth and to regard our difficulties as stepping stones on the path to a more promising future, as well as to view our setbacks as opportunities to move forward towards something more favorable. The assurance that God would provide a better life is not a miraculous elixir that will automatically make things different. There is a journey and a process, and we are active participants in both of them. Be patient, put in the work, and have trust that does not waver, since this is a journey that is continuing and transforming. Let us then cling to the promise that God has made of a better life. We should put our faith in His time, believe in His purpose, and rely on His comprehension. We should welcome the voyage with all of its highs and lows, secure in the knowledge that God is with us at every single stage of the journey. Always keep in mind that when God promises that your life will be greater than it has ever been, He is not merely making a prediction. Whenever God makes a promise, He never fails to honor it, and this particular promise is a divine promise. Consequently, let us move on with confidence and eagerness, understanding that the finest days of our lives are still to come. It is common knowledge that life is a journey that is packed with a variety of events. Not every one of them is simple or pleasurable. On certain days, the sun shines brightly and brings nothing but happiness, whereas on other days, the sky is cloudy and challenging. On the other hand, God promises that He will be there for you even in the most difficult of situations, keeping a watchful eye on you and counseling you. At the time that God declares, "I will guide you," this is how He describes His function as your heavenly compass, providing guidance as you navigate the complex roads of life. God is there to show you the path, whether you are at a crossroads when you are unsure of which direction to walk, or when you are in a tunnel that seems to go on forever and you are unable to see the light. The advice that God provides can be experienced in a variety of ways, including through the words of Scripture and through the knowledge of others. These are the means by which He communicates with you and demonstrates to you the road that is appropriate. Your steps will be illuminated by the direction of God, which is like a lamp that is placed at your feet, ensuring that you do not trip. Having patience and trust is necessary in order to comprehend God's direction. It is a request that you allow your mind to be still, to listen, and to observe. In spite of the fact that the route He guides you on may appear to be difficult or foreign, it is imperative that you have faith in Him. In spite of the fact that you could not comprehend His goals, it forces you to believe that they are crafted with your well-being in mind. Whenever God says, I will protect you," He is referring to His function as your divine shield, which is to say, your protector in times of emergency. However, this does not imply that you will not have any challenges. To put it another way, it indicates that no matter what you go through, God will be there to provide you with His protection and comfort. Imagine that His protection is a safe haven, a place to go when the storms are at their worst. There may be times when you will feel like you are engaged in a conflict, confronted with forces that have the potential to overpower you. The promise that God will be your stronghold, your fortress, and your deliverer is made during times like these. He gives you the assurance that you do not need to be afraid even while you are traversing the deepest valleys, since He is the one who is with you. On occasion, the protection of God does not prevent us from encountering difficulties. Instead, it frequently provides us with the fortitude to confront them, to gain wisdom from them, and to become more resilient as a result. You can show your love and blessings by giving thanks up to $100. His protection is about sustaining your faith, your hope, your tranquility, and your soul, even when everything around you appears to be in a state of chaos. God's counsel and protection are not limited to particular times in your life. They are always available to you. They are unchanging. He does not guarantee that the journey will be simple, but He does guarantee that He will accompany you on every single step of the route. The difficulties that He guides and protects are not eliminated by His presence. Your ability to triumph against them is bolstered and equipped by them. Keep in mind that God is not a figure who is far away and uninterested in your problems. Every facet of your existence is closely connected to Him, and He is very close to every element of it. He is able to feel your anguish when you weep. The delight that you experience is something that He shares with you. And when you slip and fall, He is there, reaching out his hand to assist you in getting back up again. If you firmly believe in Jesus, you should subscribe to this channel. It is God's desire to bring to your attention His promise today. In the face of any problems or difficulties that you may encounter, I will be there to guide and defend you. This pledge is something that He wants you to keep in mind, especially when you are experiencing fear or uncertainty. Therefore, let go of your concerns and put your faith in Him. Rely on His wisdom to direct you, and rely on His power to defend you along this journey. Have trust that God is with you no matter what you are going through, guiding you through the twists and turns of life and protecting you from the storms that are brewing. The fact that He is guiding and protecting you is evidence of His love for you. Anything that is unmovable, unchangeable, and unending in nature, they serve as a demonstration of His unwavering commitment, serving as a constant reminder that even in the middle of the ups and downs of life, you are never alone and you are never forgotten. Presently, as God gives you reassurance, I will direct and guide you in every way. Recognize and accept that promise with an optimistic spirit. In every phase of your life, cling to it and allow it to serve as a mooring for you in the choppy waves and a beacon of light for you to follow through the dark tunnels. Also, you will be strengthened in the most intense combat. The certainty, comfort, and calm that you receive from His promise are all yours. Trust in Him because He is always with you, guiding and safeguarding you through every struggle and hardship you may experience in the middle of doubt and confusion. He is always there for you. The soothing words of God are resonating in your heart right now. In your life, I have a wonderful plan for you. This is a declaration that is brimming with hope and affection. A gentle reminder that God, in His great wisdom, has a plan for your life that He has mapped out for you. Stay with this video till the very end. Don't skip it. Exactly like a tapestry that is carefully weaved, this strategy is meticulously crafted to meet your exact needs. God promises you that it is created for your ultimate welfare, even though it may at times appear confused or unfathomable to you. First, it is important to realize that God's plans are not like those of humans, which are constructed on the basis of assumptions, uncertainties, and hypotheses. The all-encompassing wisdom and endless love that God has are the source of His plans. We are able to break free from the shackles of condemnation when we adopt the viewpoint of God and permit His love to pervade our own selves. We are aware that our errors do not necessarily define us, but rather serve as stepping stones on the path to personal development and spiritual maturity. We have the ability to proceed with self-assurance when we are aware that the grace of God covers our imperfections. In light of this, let us pay attention to the soft voice of God, which assures us that He sees past our shortcomings. Satan is trying to condemn us, therefore let us stand up to his allegations and defend ourselves. Rather than that, let us accept the pardon of God, learn from our mistakes, and accept the transformational power of His love. By doing so, we are able to discover freedom, healing, and a revitalized sense of purpose in our pursuit of righteousness. With the divine knowledge and love that He has, God communicates with our hearts and says, "You have been asking, but you have not committed yourself altogether to me." According to God, if you follow me in my suffering, then you will get whatever it is that you ask for in my name." These words include a deep call as well as a promise, and they encourage us to align our lives with His purpose so that we might experience the bountiful rewards that result from a relationship with Him that is committed. I do believe in God, in case you were wondering. God is aware of the things that make us human. As a result of our propensity to seek His supply and guidance while simultaneously suppressing some aspects of ourselves. It is through this whole commitment that we are able to experience the fullness of His grace and the fulfillment of our prayers. He calls us to give our life up to Him and to follow His will. He asks us to give ourselves over to Him with all of our heart. There is more to following God than simply paying lip regard or occasionally devoting oneself to Him. Having a sincere devotion to His methods and His commands is necessary for this situation. It involves accepting His teachings with all of our hearts and bringing our thoughts, words, and deeds into alignment with His divine principles of love, justice, and compassion. The relationship that we have with the One who created the cosmos is one that is profoundly transformational. If we give our complete devotion to God, we make ourselves available to receive His favor and benefits. He assures us that He would grant our requests on whatever that we make in His name. If you firmly believe in Jesus, you should subscribe to this channel. Therefore, this does not imply that we shall be granted everything that we want for. Because God is not a genie who grants all of our wishes, it means that when our hearts are in harmony with His will, He will answer our prayers in accordance with the ideal plan that He has for our lives. To pray in His name means to pray in a manner that is consistent with His nature and reasons for doing things. It entails seeking His direction and surrendering our aspirations to His wisdom in order to achieve this. When we approach God with a sense of humility and a genuine desire to walk in His ways, our prayers become a channel through which His love and power might be made visible in our lives. Trusting in God's divine timing and sovereignty is an essential component of a complete commitment to God. At times, it is possible that our requests will not be fulfilled promptly or in the manner that we anticipate. On the other hand, we might have faith that God, who is able to see the wider picture, is aware of what exactly is best for us. His delays are not assertions of denial, but rather possibilities for development. The refinement of His aims in accordance with them. God's commitment to answer our prayers stems from His profound love for us and His desire to see that we are completely well. Each time we make a commitment to Him, we bring our hearts into alignment with His. And as a result, our wants begin to line more closely with His desires. In light of this, the things that we pray for in His name are in agreement with His intentions, and He takes great pleasure in granting them for the sake of our ultimate well-being. Type Amen if you believe in God. The message that God is trying to convey to you today is that someone you hold in high respect, someone you have confided in and trusted with your heart, is conspiring to bring you down. According to their nefarious plan, they intend to do you enormous financial harm, the type that might put you in a state of disarray for many years to come. They are left with a sour taste in their mouths and an aching in their spirits as a result of the sight of your pleasure, which serves as a painful reminder of what they do not have. Occasionally, you could experience feelings of isolation. I am sorry. It is comprehended. We have reached our limit. These circumstances, which are so challenging, are not punishments but rather possibilities for personal development, change, and the development of faith. In times like this, I want you to know that you are never truly alone. You have my support. Whenever you make your way through the flames, I will be there to protect you. As you navigate turbulent seas, I will be there to make sure that you are not carried away by the current. Although we may only be able to see the route that is immediately in front of us, God is able to view the full trip from the beginning to the end. Rather than being a static blueprint, the plan that God has for your life is more of a dynamic adventure. Lessons, chances, challenges, and achievements are all things that may be found along this route. At times, this walk may take you past tranquil meadows that are filled with rich vegetation. On occasion, it may need you to traverse rugged terrains and twisting roads at various points. Know, however, that every moment is a part of His larger plan, regardless of whether you are enjoying in the warmth of the sun or enduring the chill of the storm. Dear child, as your rescuer, I am here to tell you that following me does not always imply that your life will be flawless according to the standards that are prevalent in the world. Always keep in mind that this planet is not your one and only home. When compared to the eternity that you will spend with me in heaven, your trip on earth is nothing more than a brief little instant. Throughout your path, you will encounter challenging moments. There will be times of difficulty and seasons of adversity. There is a possibility that you may be confronted with storms, some of which may be rather minor, while others may be really intimidating. At times, you could experience feelings of isolation, being misunderstood, or being overpowered. Even if they are challenging, these times are not punishments but rather chances for personal development, change, and the development of faith. I want you to know that even in difficult times, you are never by yourself on your own. As you make your way through the flames, I will be at your side. In the event that you traverse turbulent seas, I will be there to protect you. In order to prevent you from being carried away, I am present. There is no way that I will ever abandon you. Every difficulty and every tear is something I am there for. According to God, life is not only about one's goal, but also about the journey that one takes to get at that destination. Always remember to be grateful for the experiences, lessons, and moments that life brings your way, since they are the foundation around which your ideal life is constructed. Hold on to this heavenly message as you continue on your path. Treasure it, believe in it, and keep it in mind whenever you find yourself in a state of uncertainty or hopelessness. Know that the life you have always imagined for yourself and the person you love is no longer a far-off fantasy, but rather a reality that is going to take shape very soon. Any and all things that you have ever desired will be yours. Maintain your optimism, have trust, and get ready to enjoy the lovely love that is already a part of your reality. You will be in a position to completely accept what has been promised to you once you have successfully passed these tests, completed everything that was required of you, and fulfilled the will of the divine once you have done all of these things. The rewards that you receive as a result of your trust and patience are not one-sided. Because they are complete, they are intended to be appreciated in their completeness and spirit. Have faith in the divine plan that has been laid out for you and in the trip that you are on. Put your trust in the fact that your assistance comes from a higher power. Maintain a firm adherence to this conviction, particularly in times of unpredictability. Maintain your courage and perseverance through difficult situations without letting your trust falter in your ability to accomplish so. You are going to carry out the will of the divine and get the wonderful prize that was promised to you in its entirety. Prepare yourself to be a witness to the mysterious involvement of fate as your problems and difficulties vanish into the ether, leaving you and your entire kin to enjoy the unexplainable benefits that have been showered upon them. Prepare yourself for the entrancing touch of miracles that will appear at the precise moment that you require them, shedding light on the route that leads to success and joy for you. Affirmation: as I go forward on my trip, I joyfully anticipate the entrance of a new route that call out to me to explore new vistas, new opportunities, new adventures, and to bring new people into my life. This is a prayer of devotion and submission that I give in the name of Jesus. Thank you. When God says that He has a wonderful plan for your life, He is referring to the fact that He has purposely endowed you with a set of qualities, capabilities, and talents that are unique to you. You are a one-of-a-kind individual, and He has bestowed upon you particular gifts that are unique to you. He will never give you anything else. This is not a simple coincidence or a random event. You are not. You are a product of deliberate design and meticulous craftsmanship. In addition, the hands of the Creator have tenderly fashioned it. Helping you recognize these gifts is a component of God's plan for your life. Take care of them and put them to use for a more important cause. Anything might be the case here. It might entail assisting with other people, contributing to the betterment of your community, producing works of art that are stunning, or generating scientific discoveries that are groundbreaking. Gifts are the instruments that you use to make an effect on the world in a manner that is uniquely yours. Your life is also about development and transformation, according to the plan that God has for you. It's all about honing your skills. We are shaping you and assisting you in developing into the finest possible version of yourself. There is a possibility that this process will entail difficulties and challenges, as it is frequently via adversity that we become more robust, more knowledgeable, and more resilient. Do not forget that. The purpose of God's plan is not to cause you damage or to create suffering for you. Rather, it is to present you with the experiences that are required for your development. It is possible that He allows you to endure difficulties in order to fortify you and inculcate in you traits like patience and endurance, rather than as a means of punishing you. Additionally, God's design includes the establishment of ties and connections. He will introduce you to people who will play significant parts in your path and bring them into your life. In addition to people who will love you, advise you, and challenge you, there are also those who will put you to the test. All of these encounters, whether they are joyful or bad, are a part of God's plan, which is specifically meant to mold your personality and make your life more fulfilling. Remember that even while God has a plan for your life, He still respects your free choice. This is an essential point to keep in mind. You are able to make decisions on your own accord. At times, the decisions you make may cause you to stray from the plan that God has for you, which may result in diversions, delays, or difficulties. On the other hand, God, in His boundless kindness and patience, constantly makes it possible for people to make course corrections, to be redeemed, and to return to the path that He has chosen for them. You can show your love and blessings by giving thanks up to $100. Even while God's plan is wonderful, it cannot always coincide with the goals or expectations that you have for yourself. It is possible that this will result in sentiments of dissatisfaction or perplexity. Nevertheless, keep in mind that God's viewpoint is everlasting. Your present circumstances are not the only thing that He is aware of. He is aware of what is best for your ultimate benefit. It is important to remind yourself of the promise that God has made whenever you find yourself struggling with uncertainties, worries, or disappointments. In your life, I have a wonderful plan for you. Put your faith in His understanding. Submitted yourself to His will. Also, have trust in the timing that He has chosen. Please pray for the ability to have patience, understanding, and the bravery to accept His plan. Even in situations where it appears to be overwhelming or unknown, the plan that God has for your life is a demonstration of His love for you. It is His guarantee that He has considered you, that He has cared for you, and that He has established a course of action for you. It is not true that you are roaming aimlessly through this enormous cosmos by yourself. You are walking down a route that has been constructed with divine knowledge, and you are under the loving supervision of God. You should keep in mind that His promise is not about giving you with a life that is free of difficulties. Rather, it is about ensuring you that He is with you, directing you and assisting you in navigating the challenges and difficulties that life presents to you. The goal of His strategy is not to live a life free of difficulties. Rather, it is to discover the strength, resilience, and growth that may be found in those difficulties. What God has revealed to you today is that I have a wonderful plan for your life. This pledge should be accepted with a positive attitude. It serves as a constant reminder that you are treasured. Think there is a reason for your existence and that each and every moment is a part of a divine plan or purpose. Despite the fact that this plan may at times appear incomprehensible or complicated, you can be certain that it has been painstakingly developed for your ultimate benefit. Have faith in God. Put your faith in His comprehension. In addition, you should travel through life with the conviction that you are a part of a magnificent and divine purpose that is unfolding in the wide universe of existence. More often than not, we find ourselves confronted with challenges and difficulties that put our resilience to the test, perseverance, as well as faith. Nevertheless, regardless matter how challenging the trip may appear to be, there is an all-powerful force known as God who tells us that blessings, healing, and breakthroughs are truly on their way to us. Blessings are the unique gifts that God bestows upon us, and they frequently come to us when we are least expecting them. The tiniest of moments and the most grandiose of gestures are where they may be found. They manifest themselves in the shape of unexpected contacts that bring forth feelings of delight, the sound of children laughing, or the splendor of a dawn, or perhaps the peaceful stillness of the night. These are all heavenly signals of benefits that are all around us, and they are coming your way when you are in need of healing. While we are at our most vulnerable, when our hearts are wounded and our spirits are down, God frequently gives us another gift that we can recognize in our most vulnerable times. God is the one who gives us the ability to cure ourselves and others. Not only does He provide us with opportunities for development, but He also puts individuals into our lives who assist us in mending, and most significantly, He gives us the ability to forgive ourselves and others. Healing is a trip that teaches us more about ourselves and our possibilities, and it is surely heading your way. It may not always be instantaneous or painless, but it is a journey that teaches us more about ourselves. Last but not least, those who endure are rewarded with the possibility of breakthroughs, which is a heavenly promise. Those moments in which we feel as though we are unable to leave a situation, or when we are pressed against a wall, are the times when we experience the most astonishing breakthroughs. The answer to a difficult problem that has been waiting for a long time is a breakthrough. A glimmer of hope at the end of what appears to be an impossible tunnel. This is the result of your perseverance and the payoff for all of the hard work you've put in. At that moment, everything begins to make sense, and the challenges you have been going through begin to have purpose. The fact that the tough are the struggle is demonstrated by breakthroughs. The more significant the win, and victories of this magnitude are unquestionably on their way to you. During times of despair, the words of God are a beacon of hope, bringing comfort and encouragement to those who are in need. They serve as an impregnable barrier or shield, giving you the power to climb the sharpest mountains and the fortitude to resist the worst winds that the world has to offer. Remember these words as you continue on your journey through life, and keep in mind that blessings, healing, and breakthroughs are not only thoughts that exist in your head. Rather, they are heavenly realities that are already on their way to you. Consequently, let your spirit to remain resilient and allow your heart to be filled with positivity. Enjoy the little things that bring you joy, accept the tears that come your way, and never give up the hope that tomorrow will be better. Believe in the efficacy of your prayers, maintain your faith, and have faith in the divine timing. Planned for you by God, who is infinitely wise and loves without condition, is a video like this one. To get the blessing of God, to have plans that are full of blessings that will bring joy, to receive healing that will repair your spirit, and to experience breakthroughs that will transform your life. A shift, a heavenly intervention, that is nothing short of a miracle is about to take place, and you are on the point of seeing either one. Take a firm hold on your religion. Maintain your optimism and accept yourself, because blessings, healing, and breakthroughs are not only on the horizon, they are already here. They are heading in your direction. Believe on Jesus alone.